Yeah, I'm muted. God. Anyway, let's try that again. Welcome to Mondays with Max. I am Max, and yes, it is the start of flannel season. So there you go. There has got to be sound. Yeah, there's sound. Yeah. I can hear it coming through her speakers, so I know there's sound. Nice try. Anyway, alrighty. Well, let's do a quick rundown. We'll get right into the show. Son of a Rabbit, Aragorn Strider, Burn, Crypto Bedell, Mad Investor, Dan Bulmer, Kaiser, Canadian Miner, Second TL Mining, Vinny Del Greco, Easy Estates, Integra Guy 04, Lester Dog C57. So I saw this chat and I was like, wait a minute, does that mean I'm supposed to say that trigger word like 4 times because you already like, or you just prepared for me eventually saying it? Anyway, Crypto MB, Crypto Crag, Todd Tebow, Easy Estates. Let's see who else is here. Techman Ty. And let's see, anybody else new? Aqualex. Let's see who else. Dakota Miner. And it jumped on me. Scott A. I think I did all those. And I think they got everybody. So if I missed anybody, I apologize. Hang on 1 second. All right, I am back. Oh, and Geek of All Trades. Well, was that the first time you popped in? Or were you up? Yes, I think that was the first time you popped in. I didn't see you up here say anything. You did not. But hey, welcome. Appreciate you being here. Let's see. And Hash Rate Junkie. I didn't miss you. So, alrighty. Let's get into it. So first thing I wanted to go over was Timpi. And Mad Investor, I saw your comment. I don't believe it is a scam. I've been talking to this project for over a year. Have not mentioned it because they were obviously still in the works. It was not really anything to talk about. But they've been building a web index for well over a year. So basically what are they? Timpi's creating the world's first decentralized web index, a database of the internet. Currently, only big tech companies, as you know, Google and Microsoft and others have built their own indexes, but everybody's reusing those indexes. Like Presearch, for example, they're reusing the indexes. They're basically consolidating searches. They're not creating their own searches from their own index. And so system uses collector nodes, which is what basically crawls the internet. Then you have your Guardian nodes, which stores that information. And then you have your Synaptron, I believe is how you pronounce it, nodes that actually do like AI and analysis on all the information to be able to provide better search results. So that's basically it in a niche. So why am I so excited about it right now is because they are now on their second batch. They've already sold their first batch a while ago. I don't remember exactly what the timing of it was, but this is their second batch of nodes. Then they've already sold out of the collector nodes. They now have, well, as of 2.5 hours ago, they had 69 Synaptron nodes. They started with 250. So they have 69 left to sell. And then the Guardian was something less than that. What was the amount? 45 Guardians left. The one thing about Guardians to know about, and I heard Goat say this on his video, is that you do need a static IP. I shouldn't say even static. You need an external IP to the device. which I wasn't aware of, but I appreciate him clarifying that. So right now, Goat has been out with a video. I know your friend Andy has been out with a video as well. So yeah, there's been people that have already been, installing and getting to know the project and such. So, and for full transparency, yes, am I getting something if anybody uses my referral code to buy a node? Yes, I would get 10%, and guess what? You get 10% off if you use any of our referral codes, mine or any of ours. So there's a benefit on both sides. And if you don't want to use my referral code, you go use Goat's. That's fine. I'm doing this because, and if anybody that's been on this channel long enough knows that I don't promote things that I don't believe in. Not saying I'm always right, but if I believe in it, I'll promote it. And this is one of the ones that I promote because, like I said, I've been talking to the project for quite a while and have seen them grow and seen them get to this point. So I will find it very interesting to see where it goes. So let me share a screen. Let's see here. There we go. So let me start out over here first, though. So this is the announcement of it. Like I said, it's the Synaptron, Guardian, and Collector. What's the price? It's $12.50. So basically, in order to get in on this, you're not buying the crypto itself, like you do in a lot of other cases. Like, for instance, when you do a pre-search node or a Flux node or a Neoxa node, you need a certain amount of that crypto in order to run a node. In this case, you're running an NFT. I know what that sounds like. That sounds like ETC MC or ETC POW, but that never had a use case in the first place. So it is what it is. This one has a use case. So it's just a different way of saying that you have skin in the game in order to provide this, to provide the node access. So $12.50 for a Synaptron and $11.25 for a Guardian. Like I said, the collector nodes are gone at this point. And then how can you buy? You can go through the website. You'll be able to figure that out. Right now, we are during the pre-sale, which means that your Nutara wallet address needs to be whitelisted. So either you can work with them in their Discord, or you can send it to me and I can work with them if you're interested. But here is of course, everyone wants to know what's the financial. And of course, the key is anytime you're looking at these, it all depends on what the price of the crypto ends up going to. Let's take it, for example, Neoxa. Now, again, this was during a down market. Oh, thank you, Mr. Goat. Gifting me 5 max voltage mining in crypto memberships. Very much appreciate it. Got Scott A, all set. Team JFK, Jackson Digital, and I Rescue Data. Cool. I'm glad every single one of those guys got it. What was that? Oh, yeah. My Sunflower Mom was I Rescue Data. Sunflower Mom was just talking about that she was just watching Star Trek Next Generation, and it was Data was one of the main characters in that specific one he was watching. So anyway, she was referring to that when she saw your name. Anyway, so thank you very much for that, Goat. I appreciate it. So let's look at the Synaptron, because that's the one they have the most left. It's a 46% return. And again, it's return in the crypto. So it all depends on what that crypto price ends up being. So is this risky? Sure. It absolutely is. But anytime you're getting into a small project, a beginning project, there is going to be a certain amount of risk to it. Not saying there's not. But we all know that getting in early on a good project can be very profitable. So that's why I'm interested in this one. That's why I'm getting involved, because I think it's a good project. We'll all wait and see if I'm right or not. So, but anyway, if you are interested and you have any questions, feel free to DM me about the project. I know that they have a lot of good information in their Discord. So I would definitely check that out. As far as the first step is making sure that you have a Nutaro address. And so I use Kepler, like they said here, basically go through these steps. And then, so basically get your Kepler wallet. You can see I've got mine up here. Get your Kepler wallet, and then add Nutaro chain to the Kepler wallet, and then find out what the address is and hang on to that address. You can either send it to me or you can talk to somebody in their Discord, so you can get whitelisted and be part of the last people that will be able to get in on it. Hang on. Sorry, excuse me. Sorry, yeah, I should have muted. Sorry about that. Sorry if I blew out anybody's ears with that. So anyway, that is basically what it is. So basically if you're going here, here is the link. I'll actually put that in the chat if anybody's interested. But basically you would come here. So like right now I've got my Kepler connected, but if I click buy Synaptron, it's going to say your wallet is not whitelisted for the pre-sale. Please wait for the FCFS sale to start. So that's going to start in like about 2 days. Well, it says right there, 1 day and 21 hours, 22 hours approximately. You can wait, but the Synaptron nodes and the Guardian nodes may be gone at that point. But you know, you can wait and then you won't have to necessarily worry about getting whitelisted. But if you do want to make sure you get in on it, like I said, send me the wallet address and I can forward it over to them to get you whitelisted so that then you can proceed with the purchase if you're interested. So that's pretty much it on that. So, all right, let me go back. What? Oh, I didn't realize that. Sorry, Panda. Sorry. I just think my voice by itself is probably enough to blow your subwoofer. All right, let me see if there's anybody that tagged me. Yeah, Crypto Crab, I know is muted. All right, so let's see. All right. Now, okay, Geek of All Trades. Is it data or data?
One is his name and the other is not.
The other one is his name and the other is not. His name is Data. Anyway. I read that both ways. Of course I did. I knew what you were getting at. Crypto Crag. I never win a membership. You know, I never win a membership either. But you know what the key is why I never win a membership? It's because if you have like your like channel ID, like your main ID, but then you have like a sub like you have a channel below your ID. So that's like your YouTube like channel, but it's not associated directly with your ID. You will never, ever get a membership associated with that. So I've got like Max Voltage and then I created the channel below it. So when I'm logged in as Max Voltage Mining and Crypto, never, ever, ever will I get a subscription. So whenever I say, can't believe I didn't get a subscription again, I'm joking because I know why. All right, let's see here. I don't see any other comments or tags. Yeah, Beverly Crusher was the main doctor. Who's the other one? I forgot what her name was. She's like the psychologist. Oh, not her? Not Deanna Troy? I thought maybe he was talking about Deanna Troy. All right. That is enough of that. I didn't want to like take up too much time, but I'm pretty excited about this. I'm looking forward to getting this running. I was trying to get it running over the weekend. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to run a Docker instance on Unraid. And they are supplying like a tar file that like installs everything. So in other words, they're expecting you to have a Linux, either bare metal or VM, install Docker, and then install this via command line, and then it will just automatically install everything for you without using like the Docker interface. So I may just do a VM, but I was hoping that I could figure out a way to actually use the Unraid Docker system instead of doing a VM. So I'm still deciding exactly how I'm going to do it. So I actually have some questions into them to see if they can help me with this. And we'll see where it goes from that. Right now, they're really busy with the pre-sale, so kind of understand that. But that's my goal at this point, so we'll see what happens. Goat says, I had a poster of Deanna Troi on my wall growing up. Yummy Betazoids for the win. Yeah, she wasn't hard on the eyes. That is true. But that was, I was in my 20s. Because Next Generation was in the 90s. Yeah. So it was in the 90s. So yeah, I was already out of college by that point. So yeah. Alrighty. Let's move on. Let's talk about taxes. I know that's such an exciting subject, but I came across something and like a light bulb went off. And I was like, why did I never think of this before? So if you look in the description, I actually say in there like, hey, is it time for you to sell some crypto and then buy it right back? So here's what I found out. So if you are in the 12% tax bracket, your capital gains are a big fat long-term capital gains are a big fat zero. So whatever you've been holding for longer than a year and you have gains, you can sell it and not be taxed on it at all. On top of that, there is no wash sale rule on gains, whether it's stocks, crypto. I mean, crypto doesn't have wash sale rule anyway, at least not yet. But stocks don't have a wash sale rule either. So if you are in the 12% tax bracket, it makes a lot of sense to reset your basis at a higher level. So let's say, just for round numbers, okay? Let's say my average price on Bitcoin was 40, okay? And now it's at 90, okay? We got 50,000. And let's say I had a half a Bitcoin. So it's $25,000 in gains, okay? And you are in that 12% tax bracket. And again, you have to take what your taxable income is. Your taxable income is your adjustable gross income, which is generally what you make. So if you have a W-2 job, just a regular job, that's going to be part of what goes into your adjustable gross income. Dividends, any type of capital gains would go into your adjustable gross income as well. And business income would go into the adjustable gross income as well. But your taxable income isn't your adjustable gross income. It's your adjustable gross income minus your deductions, or the standard deduction, which is what 90% of the people in this country right now take. So for instance, let's say you make $120,000. Well, that's probably going to be, let's say you make $100,000 a year. Okay. So $100,000 is what your adjusted gross income is. You subtract $29,200 from that, okay, to get your taxable income. We haven't even added in the capital gains yet, but that's your taxable income. So basically, that is going to be $70,800, okay? Now we add in $25,000 of gains to that. You're going to be at $95,800, just above the married 12% tax bracket. So, which isn't so horrible. You're probably not going to get it exactly. You're going to be a little bit below and be safe, or be a little bit above and maybe get a little bit of tax. But the key thing is that all that amount from $70,800 up to $94,300, I think is the number. I have a link here. Give me a second. Nope. I thought I had it. I had it somewhere. Oh, here's the brackets. Okay. So here are the capital gain. That's for 2025, 2024. So married filing jointly up to $94,050. $94,050. So as long as you stay below that with your adjusted gross income your taxable income. So your adjustable gross income minus your standard deduction, or if you're happen to take regular itemized deductions, you can do that as well. But this is a great way to lower your basis. Why wouldn't people be doing this? Even if it's only like $10,000, because you're that close. I don't know what everybody makes here, but like I said, if you have gains, and a lot of us with where things have gone have been holding things for quite a while, it's been over a year, it's a perfect time to sell and buy right back. I'm not saying that people shouldn't be holding at this point. All I'm saying is that reset your basis. Basically, you're getting a free amount of money basically from the government. I mean, you're saving that much money from the government. Okay. So not exactly. So let's say it was $25,000 and it was all 0%. Well, obviously you'd only be being taxed 15% if it was above that, if you were above that 12%. So you're saving 15% of $25,000, which is $37.50. So basically you're saving yourself $3,750 from a time where you might shoot yourself above it. So let's say, for example, does anybody really want to hold beyond the end of the bull run? Of course not, because it's going to go down again. We know that. If you don't know that, look up the cycle. So I'm certainly hoping that everybody here knows that. So why not take the first portion of your gains now when you cannot be taxed, so that when you go to sell the rest of it sometime in 2025, you've now saved yourself that amount of money in taxes. So just a thought. Now, the downside of doing that is the fact that, let's say you sell at 90,000, you reset the basis, but now that basis is now a short term. So you have to keep that in mind as well. If you're then going to sell at 150,000, then it will be at whatever your taxable rate is. So if you're at 12%, anyway, or maybe you jump up to 22%, I think is the next one. Hang on. I guess this is the one with just the taxable capital gains tax, but I believe it goes from 12 to 22%. So there is some additional tax there. So you need to do some tax planning and decide whether or not this is going to be beneficial for you. So I am going to be doing some scenarios for myself and deciding what I'm going to do, but I have some time. We have until the end of the year to decide, but just know that there are going to be some people doing this. So you may see some downward momentum in crypto towards the end of the year as people are taking their profits so that they get a lesser tax, basically. So anyway, any questions on that? Yeah, S. Chang, wash sale is only about taking a loss. That's correct. But some people think of just a wash sale as selling and buying right away. So I wanted to make sure it was clear that the wash sale type of thought, where it's selling and buying right away, that doesn't apply to a gain. So I was reading an article earlier where they referred to it that way, that a wash sale rule doesn't apply to a gain. So, but yes, definitely a good point, S. Chang. Crypto Craig, what do you use to calculate basis in Koinly when you transfer from multiple wallets, hot to cold, then to exchange? Koinly seems to have issues with the basis for this. Yes, well, you have to go in and actually say it's a transfer, not a sale. That's the key. So that's why you need to go through every single transaction you have that goes into Koinly and classify it. Is it a transfer? Is it a sale? What is it? So when it's a transfer, it transfers the basis. It knows what the basis is of that crypto that's in that bucket. Because it calculated that before when you obtained it. So whenever you said you obtained it, because obviously there's different rules for when you actually take control of of the crypto. So whenever you said you took control and Koinly established the basis, it then keeps track of that as that crypto moves. So just keep that in mind. So sell after January to offset tax a year, since this isn't financial advice. No, it's not financial advice. I just was looking at the math of it and I was like, yeah, I could save the money this year, like, so I'm not taxed, raise the basis. But again, the downside is that next year, if I decide to sell that same crypto, then it is going to be taxed at the ordinary taxable income. That's what short-term gains are taxed on. Let's see. Vistang Biggin. Yeah, Vistang would be a good person to, at GPU Risers would be a good person for this. Hoping maybe he'll talk about this on one of his Wired Wednesdays. I think this would be a great topic. Like I said, there's no right or wrong answer. It was just interesting to think about, like, hey, why not raise your basis if you're going to be holding long term on something? Like, for instance, DJ holds Tesla. We know that. So if he is in the 12% tax bracket, why not sell and rebuy this at, basically at the same price, so that he can, and he's going to hold it long term. He's not planning on selling it anytime soon. And that way he can reset his basis. And, obviously if he's got a huge gain, then maybe he won't sell it all, only up to the amount that is going to be 0% tax. So just a good example. What was that? In big in my face. Oh, well, I was looking at this before. But let me go back to there. There we go. Oh, by the way, I didn't see anybody mention the crypt mystery. Not a single person mentioned it. I can't even believe it. I saw that iRescue Data. Did you become a... He became a member? Oh, that's what I was trying to figure out. I didn't see it come across on... Okay, well, thank you, iRescue Data. I appreciate that very much. Ladies love the big gains. Jeez. Red Panda says, I go through my Koinly every 2 to 3 days and make sure transfers are transfers, because, yeah. That would be the smart way to do it. I don't do that. I do it all right before tax time is usually when I do it. Now this year, I've got some time to take off. I will be going through that and deciding how I'm going to handle end of the year taxes to see. So, alrighty, let's see. Any other comments on it? Sell it all, go to casino, double up, buy back, and keep difference for taxes. Yeah, I will say no comment on that. Yes, you forgot the P, Golden Wolf. Crypt mystery. Cryptus mystery. Hard to say, but it's CRYPTMAS tree. Alrighty. Do you like it? I really like the hat on top. That's what I like. I like that. That's a nice touch. Sunflower Mama made that. So it's a warm Christmas tree. Won't get cold. Will not get cold. Alrighty, let's see. What else was I going to talk about tonight? Oh yeah. So if Second TL is still here, he actually helped me last night. I have something really odd going on with my Vast rig, and I am going to show you basically how this is working, because it's very, very odd. And I'll tell you once I show you how it's acting, I will tell you kind of what's going on with it. I'm probably going to end up having to reload it eventually, but I need to wait until these darn stored instances. There's 4 of them on this dang thing. Wait till these go away. So for instance, no pun intended, these are the instances that are currently on it. And I have 2 running and 4 that are outbid, which makes no sense. That makes absolutely no sense because none of them were rented. So these are running 4 and 5, GPU 4 and 5 work fine, but these others don't. Now watch what happens when I trash one of them. They'll say starting. And they start up. And they run for like a minute or two, and then they go back into outbid status. It's just, oh, wait a minute. I am not showing you the screen. Ugh. All right, well, you can see now. I basically deleted one. There was another one down here, and these were all outbid. And now they went to running when I deleted this one. These are now all running, and you're going to see these will only run for a couple of minutes, and then they'll go to outbid status. It's just bizarre. We did figure out the reason why, which I'll mention in a bit, and I still don't know why this is happening, but it is. Waiting for it to change. It should change soon. There it goes. Outbid. Just changed to outbid. And if I get rid of another one, it'll go back to running. Like literally, boom, just goes right back to running. And I can prove it. It's running. Come on. Show me the instance logs. Really? Okay. That's really weird. I wonder, is it coming through? It's not coming through anything else. That's weird. I mean, I just have mic aux. That's the only thing that's coming through. I'm checking all my inputs, my audio mixer. I don't see anything changes. That's weird. I'll have to look into that as to why that's happening. Oh, you know what? I bet it's because this scene has a different, let me do this. No, it's set at the same level. It's set at the exact same level, 0 dB. That is very strange. Very, very strange. Yeah. Yep. It's, I don't know. That's really weird. But anyway, going back to here, you can see it's obviously on a different time zone, but 10:31, it was running, and then it was running at 6:27, but it was finding solutions. And now if I go back, it says outbid again. I don't know. So what we found after doing a lot of analysis, and I appreciate Second TL's help very much, is that like if we go into the CLI, the vast AI CLI, and try to start a job, like a background job, it says that those 4 GPUs aren't mine. They're not on a machine that I own, which again makes no sense. 2 of the GPUs are fine, but those 4, nope. And so I'm wondering if somebody has, like, I don't know, I want to say hacked, but somehow found a way to like reserve those GPUs for them on one of those instances. So if I could just get rid of those instances. And oh, by the way, I did use your Goat, I did use your video to use that prune command. So I do delete them, but because they're in Vast AI, they're just going to get re-downloaded. And that's what happens. They just re-download straight to the machine. So it doesn't really change anything, unfortunately. So, all right, let me go over some of these comments. I know, not sharing, can't see. And you said son of a rabbit's mic is much louder. There's not a second mic in the scene. That's the weird thing. Let me just looking to see if there's any like specific setting. If I go to advanced audio properties, they're all listed like straight in the middle. Let me go to the other one since we're kind of done with that anyway. Not going to do that to my computer. Advanced audio properties. No, they're the same levels. Really weird. Really, really weird. That's at 100%. Let me go back to the other one. Discord's way down, but yeah, it's 100%. I don't know. Let me look at the monitor. See if that's it. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Maybe. Hold on. Let me check one more thing here. Go back to the other scene. No, monitor off. Yeah, they both have the exact same settings. So very strange. All right. I don't know. Maybe I just talk louder when there's a screen up there. Maybe that's it. I'll just tend to talk softer when I have when I'm sharing my screen. That's what I should do. All right. Tannerite, yeah, Tannerite fixes everything. I don't hear anything weird, but I'm on my phone. Tannerite is Tannerite legal now? Glad Crypto Crag, it sounds fine on your computer. I'm glad to hear that. And Sunflower Mama blasphemy about what? I have never watched a vacation movie. Got it. Deep thoughts with max voltage. Yes. Is that better now? You like this soothing deep thoughts voice? Is that what you're saying, Geek? Help put you guys all to sleep. All right, so that is what I wanted to show you there, because I'm still like baffled, and it's still not rented, which really sucks. That's the part that really sucks. Nothing's rented on it, and this thing was rented solid until it fell off on Saturday and then started acting weird for some reason. So I don't know. I do not know. All right, well, let's yeah, so I will show this even though I'm losing, but DJ Mines, let me close this. This was as of just a little bit ago. I think probably about an hour ago is when I updated this. So I'm down 20% because Caspa's really made a comeback, but we'll see. Caspa's been up and down quite a bit. Now, tomorrow, for anybody that might want to get into Caspa, might be a good time. Not financial advice, but tomorrow, as of 1400 UTC time, Kraken will have Caspa on their exchange. So that can only mean good things for Caspa. So looking forward to seeing what Caspa is going to do tomorrow. Now, could it be buy on rumor, sell on news? Could be. But it could also mean that now it's got another outlet and it'll be much easier, or have many more people that will want to trade it, because now it has much easier access now that it's on an exchange. So we'll see. So, but I don't know. At least they're both showing some life. LTC was up in the mid 90s. So, but even if it was up in the mid 90s, it wouldn't be at 56%. So the maximum Caspa has seen is about 21 cents, I think. That's it. That's its high. While Litecoin's max is like 400. So that's one of the reasons why I'm in Litecoin. I think it can get certainly over 300, and I think it can get close to 400 again this bull run. So hoping for that. And lastly, if Panda is still here, I was going to open up the box from Panda. All right. Well, I shouldn't show that because it has my address on it, but I will open it up. Some of you probably already know what this is because it was part of a giveaway. It was part of a... Oh, yeah. Definitely want one big in my head now. All right, there we go. But yeah, I think it was a GPU that that he was giving away, but I was like, nah. And he said he was giving the phones away. I'm like, yeah, I'll take a phone. And so then he sent me more than one. I don't know exactly how many he sent me, but I think I know how many he sent me, but we'll find out together. Ugh. Hold on. Yeah, I guess it'd be better if I used some skizzers, but I don't have any handy, so I'm using a pen. I don't know. Sunflower Mama took pity on me and gave me her scissors. Because I will say, Panda knows how to tape up a box. That's for sure. All right. Almost there.
Oh, just in time for phone contact. Wait, am I too late? It's rigged. I hear giveaway.
Yes. You're too late.
Max phone farm.
Well, my phone farm is kind of like right there.
Oh yeah, that rigged giveaway.
Yes, that rigged giveaway. But yes, I already have a bunch of these phones. Oh wow! And he signed it. Whoa! Look at that.
Can I have my scissors back?
No, they're mine now. I better be careful. She's gonna stab me with those at night. Anyway, but yeah, I got signature. This is the best part. I got a signature. Is it on all of them or just the one? Just the one. Really? You couldn't do them all? Sunflower Mama says you're a slacker, Red Panda. I don't know if he's still here. Very disappointed. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Oh, it's orange bubble wrap. What did you see it? How did he see it? It's bubble wrap. But anyway, there are 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just how many I thought there were. Which will give me 9. Exactly 9. Approximately 9. No, exactly 9. Anybody know what that's a reference to? I'm showing my age. Who knows what that's a reference to? I'll give you a hint. It's an oldish animated kids show. Anyone? Bueller? Pink Floyd. No. Kids show. Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd The Wall? Am I a TikTok dancing influencer now? Wait a minute. 9 phones? Why would I? Oh, no. That's a good guess, Vinny Del Greco. But no, not 9 times. No, that's not that one. This is approximately 9. Exactly 9. It's Jimmy Neutron. Nobody's going to get it. It is. Yeah, you can look it up. But anyway, so I am doing Accurast with my phones, which is really typical of what I am doing, which is selling compute power. Accurast is not on mainnet yet. So it is still it's still pre-mainnet. Last I had heard, which was about a month ago, it was supposed to go mainnet by the end of the year. But I haven't looked up any, I haven't looked up for any updates recently. So don't know if that's been delayed or not, but certainly not a project that I'm telling everybody, you should go do this. But interesting project, doesn't cost much power. I haven't paid for any of these phones. What's really weird is the first time this go around was, Panda was looking for people to buy phones. So I said, okay, I'll buy phones for you. He's like, yeah, perfect. So I bought him 5 phones. So I'm like, all right, when do you want me to send these to you? And he kept delaying. And then he finally just says, I don't want them. You keep them. And I'm like, what am I going to do with them? He's like, I don't know. Do something with them. So that's when Retro Mike gave me the idea to go onto Accurast. And it's been kind of interesting. So they actually have one where you can put it on your everyday phone. It's called like Accurast Lite. So it only will provide compute power when your phone is not actively being used. So Aragorn Strider, wait, Jimmy Neutron was after my time, and I think you're older than me. Okay, well, hold on a second.
He wasn't actively sitting watching it.
Yeah, we have small children that were watching it. Yeah, we had small children that were watching it. So no, it wasn't because it was during my time. I don't know. I still think, I guess you guys probably would have been, a lot of you would have been kids when that was on. I just was the adult in the room when that was on. Retro Mike says you can deploy jobs to your own phones with Acurast. It's like renting your own phones with credits you've earned. That's cool. That's very cool. I was not aware of that. I'm not. What kind of jobs can you run, Retro Mike? I know it's not that old of a cartoon, but it's 2001. Argon, are you a little offended? Like I just called you old or something? Is that? It sounds like you doth protest too much. That's what I'm thinking. Yes, it's during my parenting time. Yes. It's still relatively old. I mean, it's not like Looney Tunes old or anything, but
2001 is when movie.
there we go. Northern Crypto Miner says, my kids watch Jimmy Neutron. Exactly. Any job you want. I wrote a couple myself. Oh, cool. Travelers Travels. He's 51. Got it. Not that far. Not that much younger than me. And grouchy and old. Get off my lawn. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we won't go back and tell those stories, but yeah, we've definitely had a neighbor do that, and they're perfectly fine now. When people got crazy during COVID, got absolutely crazy. Thankfully, that time is over. As far as the crazy part, obviously people are still catching COVID, but not as much, which is good. Northern Crypto Mining Tech. Looney Tunes are my cartoons. Yes. All right. Well, it is time. I didn't think I was going to get through that stuff that quickly, honestly. Not at all did I think I was going to get through it that quickly. So anybody want to ask any AMA questions? If you do notice, I am back at home, and I was supposed to be gone for 2 weeks. So Retro Mike says, be right back. Gotta go unfriend Crag on all platforms. Anyway, Sunflower Mama, speaking of Aragorn Strider saying on the wall, she was talking about like how are we going to mount all these phones, because they're just kind of a mess on my desk, and be nice to have them like on this wall over here, maybe back far enough that you can actually see them from the stream. So please ban him. I can't ban Retro Mike. He's one of my mods. He's one of my best mods. Well, you're both my best mods. Crypto Craig? He's been here the whole time. So is Retro Mike. Yeah. All right, let's see here. Webbit season. Legos. What about Legos? You tagged me on it. Are you talking about old? Legos are like, they never got old. People still play with tons of Legos. How's my Vastrix doing? They were doing great up until Saturday. And that's when this went bad with this one. Oh, mount the phones with Legos. Oh, got it. Really? How would you mount them with, I guess you could mount them with Legos, but Aragorn Strider, I still buy Legos. Yeah, we buy Legos for our kids too. Our grown kids. They still enjoy them. It's kind of like, no, I'm aware of it. Do I want one? I don't want to pay for one, if that's what you mean. And I don't want to ask the guy because I don't know how much I'd really give him as far as promotion or anything like that. I think it's a fairly limited market. And I think he's well known for it. So I know what a cell hasher is. And I only have 9, and I'm not planning on getting to 20. So I don't know. We could DM me on that. All right, let's see. Traveler Shadow says, I have GeoDNet and Sky 100 D-pin miners on order. Any thoughts? GeoDNet I've heard great things about. I don't know anything about the Sky 100 D-pin miner. But yeah, I mean, everybody that I know that has a GeoDNet has just raved about its payouts. Now, obviously, the more that come online, the smaller that payout's going to be. So that's just natural progression of any crypto D-pin project. So yeah. Yeah, but as far as Sky 100, I'm not aware of that one. Not aware of that one. I thought about getting GeoDNet, but they're just, I know if Joker was here, he'd probably be going, I'll come over and put it up. But I just didn't have an easy way of putting it up. I know that DJ put it like on his deck, so it was like blocked by his house, and he did really well with it. So I thought about just putting it about 15 feet from the house, but then we'd have to figure out where the cord went, and the wife didn't really like to have this big old antenna thing right in her flower garden. So we decided that we just will do other things instead. Retro Mike says, Max, I can get you one if you want. Then you won't have to worry about mounting the phones. And it has 3 mini fans built in. And I might be interested. We'll talk. We'll talk. I appreciate the offer very much. Yeah, I would be very interested. Yes, 619 OTA. I am not a fan of WeatherXM either. I know some people have done well financially with it, so that's great. That's great. But as a project, it's going to die. It is going to die. So, yes. So if you have one, I hope you're making a lot of money on it now, because it's not going to last. And you ask me why? It's because there's no consistency of installation. If you want good, it's garbage in, garbage out. Okay. If you don't have a good installation, the data that you're getting from that is trash. It's trash. You can't average trash and trash and trash and expect to get a good result just because you have more data points. If most of the data points are done poorly, and I've seen these installations, some of them are really good, but most of the ones I've seen are not so good. They really aren't. So, yeah. Crypto Craig says the cell hasher is really cool. Yeah, you really surprised me with that, Retro Mike. So I will definitely consider that. Definitely will consider that. You want me to build a cell hasher? Cell hasher shed? Well, first of all, I would not build the shed. Sunflower Mama would build the shed. Wingbits is cool. I do like Wingbits. Because the data that you're getting all depends on how good your installation is, but the data you're getting is still accurate. It's just a matter of how wide of a swath of the sky are you seeing. And but whatever you do see, you are getting the data from those airplanes. And I think that's like super cool. Code says, who won the Tyson fight? My Netflix is still buffering. That's funny. Yeah, been a lot of talk about that, about whether or not it was faked or not. I'm telling you, God, I'm in my 50s. His legs, if you looked at his legs, he could not propel himself forward to get a good punch in. He just couldn't. After the first 2 rounds, forget it. Absolutely forget it. And Jake Paul knew to stay away from the first 2 rounds. Then after that, all he had to do was stay outside of his range, hit a punch here and there, and he was going to win the fight. So, yeah, I don't know. I know some people said, oh, you see this picture, but it's still pictures. It's not video, at least from what I've seen. So still pictures can tell a false story sometimes, especially in sports. Yeah, I remember Punch Out. Body blow, body blow. Yeah. Kidney blow. I won the 619 OTA. You won the Tyson fight? You won it? Were you Jake Paul? Is that who 619 OTA is? Made 6,500 on the Tyson token. Nice. Mining of the North setup. Oh, the whole fight was a setup. I see. I mean, they both got paid. That's for sure. There were a lot of people watching. I mean, shoot, they had it at a 70,000 person stadium. I don't know how many people they had there, but they had a lot of people there. A lot. Yusuf Putz, good to see you, sir. Adequate Mayday. Oh, well, I suppose if you're rich like Retro Mike, then maybe it's only adequate, you know, $1 million, just adequate, just adequate. Now he can buy more limited Pokemons. Wait a minute. Oh, Jake Paul. Got it. I thought we were talking about 619 OTA is what I thought you were talking about. Retro question. Is there a way to extend the shell time in Hive OS? That's a good question because it does time out. That is a very good question. Do you have an answer to that, Retro Mike? Because I do not. I do not. But yeah, it is. I mean, I think basically it's not timed out as long. It's kind of like your Windows thing where if you don't use it, then it will time out. But if you're typing in commands and things like that, I think it doesn't time out if you do that. Yeah, he's back. So Retro Mike, let's start a fight between you and I. I promise 100 Bitcoin for each of us, another 50 if you last till 8 rounds. Really? That would be interesting. That would be really interesting. Retro Mike says, RPM, let's get it on. Yeah, I would be less mobile than Tyson. He was in some serious good shape, but yeah, his legs, I think that was the problem why he needed to delay the fight was because he had some injury to his leg and it was just good enough for him to at least do what he did. But yeah. 619 OTA. Hey, don't hate on my Pokemon collection. I got some good rare cards. I just don't know who to sell to. Retro Mike says, I don't use Hive Session. I use Shell in a Box or SSH. And I think that's what he's talking about was Shell in a Box. The Hive Session routes through their servers in Ukraine. You don't have control over that. Oh, got it. Got it. Crypto Crag will be the ref. Okay, we're getting this all set up right on my stream. Now the only question is, what's the venue? Where are we going to do this? All right, let's. I guess one other thing I was going to mention. So, one thing, you know, it's interesting. You like go down different rabbit holes, and I like to go down a lot of different rabbit holes. But I was watching YouTube on Saturday before I left for the airport, and I came across this video that said, I can tell from across the room if somebody has what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, thank you. That was the word. Resistance. Insulin resistance. And I'm like, oh, really? So then I like tuned over there and they're like, well, if you have no hair on your lower legs or on your toes and your lower leg or your feet are puffy, you have insulin resistance. And I was like, I have been looking for an answer to that question for quite a while. So that makes a lot of sense because my brother has type 2 diabetes. He's 6 years older than I am, but it makes a lot of sense. And honestly, I eat like crap. So it is time. So I am on a low carb diet starting as of midday. So I didn't eat good at breakfast, or not real good. I had, a muffin and some orange juice. So I had a lot of carbs. But I did have eggs and sausage, so it wasn't a horrible meal or anything. But then by lunch and dinner, I was completely on low carbs. So did you know a 10-piece chicken nugget only has 10 grams of carbs? Not necessarily the best thing for you, but it is low in carbs. So finding different things, and definitely will be cutting out a lot of things. The other thing I found out was that Diet Coke or diet sodas will also raise your blood sugar. And I know I'd heard that a while back, but didn't really give it much thought. But when I was talking about going low carb, and I'm like, oh shoot, that means no Diet Coke. And I love my Diet Coke. That one's going to be brutal. That's going to be hard. to make sure that I stay off of. That is exactly the reason. That's why Panda's skinny. He only eats chicken nuggets, and Canadian chicken nuggets at that. So anyway, so I know with the way I'm going to be eating, I will lose weight. I have no other way. I have no way of not losing weight eating like that. Cause yeah, like this morning, my breakfast was like 350 calories. It was just eggs and sausage. And then for lunch, I had the chicken nuggets because I just had to make a quick run out for lunch. And then for dinner, I had fish and a little bit of rice because I hadn't eaten barely any carbs the entire day, but I had a little bit of rice, some broccoli, which obviously is some carbs, some tomatoes, which is some carbs, but again, low sugar things. So anyway, but it's, yeah, by next week, the irritable me that I'm going to be by the end of this week. I've done these types of diets before where it's really, really harder as you go through the week. And then as you go through your second week, it starts getting easier and easier and easier as you start to see the benefits of it, especially of feeling better. And you start seeing, you're losing weight. So obviously anytime you're on a low carb diet, you're going to lose a ton of weight. I'll probably lose 10 pounds would be my guess. Because you do not hold, you need carbs in order to hold water. So I will be getting rid of a lot of water weight just by having a low carb diet. So it's not really losing fat or anything, but I will just lose weight. So right now I'm 265. So I'm guessing I will at least be below 260 by the end of the 2 weeks, would be my guess. All right. What did I miss? Travelers Travels. The WingBits MGW130 mines both wings and geo tokens, but cost 1,000. I ordered my GeoNet 30 minutes before scrolling down and seeing that, but can get the WB200 just wing. Well, I mean, I'm sure you could find somebody to sell the GeoNet to. I'm sure you could, and then just get the WingBits MGW130. I don't know. Well, thanks, Vinny. I appreciate that. Attaboy. It's just funny because I knew I needed to lose weight. It certainly will help the hip, but it wasn't like so much on like so clearly in my face for health. Obviously I knew being this heavy wasn't good for me, but once I realized, wait a minute, I can get rid of, this puffiness in my legs and things. And I really want to. So a lot of times it's just about motivation, and I am motivated. So definitely looking to see. Crypto Badell says Diet Coke is only good with Captain Morgan. I'm sure it's good with Captain Morgan. No carbs in Jack Daniels. Well, I know that there's no carbs in a lot of alcohol, but alcohol really inhibits your ability to lose weight. Moderation, a drink here and there, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about having like 3 or 4 that will inhibit because it depresses your system, lowers your metabolism. What was that?
He says he's motivated by Chipotle. Of course, you could order Chipotle and you lose weight because it wouldn't get here.
I am motivated by Chipotle as well. I'm going to have to I will order some because I can order like half rice. I'll have to look. If I remember correctly, the black beans are pretty high in carbs. They're low glycemic. I know that, but I'll probably do like half beans, and then get like double chicken or something like that, and cheese. So Goat says, I've been sober 2 years, haven't lost or gained a pound that whole time. Ugh, FML. Oh, come on. Well, okay, but what are you doing? Again, it's about depressing your system. So what are you doing instead that might be depressing your system? Probably the same thing. Spiced rum makes me yak. Just the smell of it. How about, what's the Chicago alcohol? What about Malort? Have you tried Malort? Geek of All Trades, I hear it's really good. Really good. You should try it. Buy a whole bottle. Plan on drinking the whole thing. Anybody from Chicago know what Malort is? Tains, H&T miner has been repurposed to my Wingbits A&T. So basically you can, for Wingbits, you can actually use a Raspberry Pi basically, or do you use more than just the Raspberry Pi and use the antenna as well? You said Wingbits antenna. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. Like I said, I think Wingbits is a really cool project. It's just, my house is just not easy to, I mean, and I'm older. I don't want to get up on the roof. I really am not motivated to get up on the roof. S-Chang, sweat a lot. Even if it's hot tub, you will lose weight. That's true. It's just anytime you are making your body work hard to either cool itself or whatever, yeah, you do lose weight a lot. I know when I was on a 40-40-20 diet, so 40% carbs, 40% protein, 20% fat, and I would get on the bike trainer and do a really hard workout. Oh my God, the smell of ammonia was unbelievable. My body likes to burn protein. So yeah, when you're burning protein, you're going to smell like ammonia. Let's see. Wait, a 420 diet. I can get behind that one. I don't think I saw anybody mention that. Oh, okay. Got it. All right, let's, S. Chang says, are you on any diabetes drugs? Some of them makes weight loss impossible. No, I am not. So last time I went to the doctor, they run all the tests and, you know, they didn't say anything about diabetes. They had mentioned because of my right blood sugar was that I'm probably slightly pre-diabetic. So you are first insulin resistant, then probably about the same time as you start to become pre-diabetic. And then once you are on like that for a long time, then you will be, or you can be type 2 diabetic at that point. So, yeah, I know. S. Chang, trust me. I know sweat makes me lose salt because damn, when I went on long bike rides, I mean, really long bike rides, my entire jersey was white. Dark jersey was just white because all the salt had just like gone onto my jersey. We did a 160-mile ride across Indiana. It was an organized ride. And we finished it in 9 hours. Yeah, under 9 hours. We got into a really, really good group. And yeah, at the end, the guys were looking at me because of how much salt I had on my jersey. They're like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Why do you ask? Because look at your jersey. And I'm like, oh yeah. Yeah, this is normal. That's what I do. I sweat a lot of salt. And believe me, I had gone through a lot of not recovery drinks, but sports drinks, and settled on one that had a high amount of salt intake. It was a really, really good combination. I can't remember what it is. I don't even know if they still make it anymore, but it was really, really good. Triggering me with this Bears flannel colors. Bears. It's pink, Joker. It's pink, not orange. So sorry, I guess my camera's not making the colors representative, but it is definitely pink, not orange. But yeah, by the way, okay, peach. She's saying it's maybe on the peach side. But anyway, you know, it's funny. Pat McAfee basically said, yeah, that was marginal at best. They kind of broke some rules. Like they had the guys behind the other guys pushing them forward, which is not allowed. They're not allowed to gang up on the center. There were a whole bunch of things. Oh, and they also had leverage. The guy was pushing up on the lineman next to him to try to raise him up. And that was the guy that got the actual block, was the guy who was pushing down. They're not allowed to do that. That penalty had actually been called earlier in the season too. I don't remember if it was in a bear game or if it was in a different game, but it's been called. So yeah, that was something else. Now, with that said, if the left guard had lined up closer to the center, which is what he should have done, you would not have had that problem. So yeah, That is not good. Oh, it was Bears versus Arizona. So it was a Bears game. Yeah. And it was on the Bears, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that was. Yeah, the Bears are the new Detroit. The Bears are getting all the bad calls. All the bad calls. Now, if they maybe run one more play, maybe two more plays, and gotten 5, 6, 7, 8 yards more down the field, then you might have had a better chance of making it. But they didn't want to do that. Yes, I know. The refs didn't call it, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, the Bears. The Bears. All right. So I think that's about it. I have been going for an hour and 10 minutes. I was prompt tonight at 8 o'clock. So what was that? Oh, yeah. So sorry, I was on at 8:01 because my mic was muted. So yeah, Sunflower Mama says the 8 o'clock doesn't count since I was muted. All right, let's see. I left the room before a kick and daughter was watching and said the Bears won. What? So you just figured they were going to make it? Because, I mean, the kicker is pretty reliable, but this was not on the kicker as far as I'm concerned. Definitely not on the kicker. But of all teams to do this against, the Packers. The Packers. Ugh. Alrighty. Enough. Alrighty, guys. Well, thank you guys all for being here. I do appreciate it very much. If you are new here, be great if you guys could hit a like on the way out, a thumbs up on the way out. And if you are not a current subscriber, be great if you could do a subscribe. Oh yeah, and if you do have a sticker that you want on the Cryptmas tree, shoot me a DM, and so I can get you the address of where to send that to, so that we can get it on the tree. So cool. Alrighty, guys. Thanks again. I appreciate it. You guys all have a wonderful night. The General is out. Good night, everybody.